What's up, you guys? My name's Noah. I make music as Haterade, and you are watching The Productive Producer. So when I was thinking about making this video, I was trying to think of something that would be really helpful for specifically the beginners. I asked myself if I could boil down my best piece of advice for beginner producers in one sentence, what would it be? And that's what we're going to get into today. But before we do that, go check out my free finishing music checklist. It is in the description of this video. It will help you finish more music if you follow it. It has helped a lot of people finish more music. Tons of people have downloaded it. Lots of people really like it. And jump in the Discord. The link is in the description. So I do a lot of things as a music producer for a living. But one of those parts is teaching people one-on-one. And most of the time I get some beginners, some guys who are just starting out, who don't have any idea how to get started. Most of the time when they're coming to me, they want to get better quickly. That's the reason why you would hire a teacher in the first place, right? There's a lot of different ideas on how to get better quickly. Last week we talked about music school. That's one of the ways. But even beyond music school, even beyond getting a tutor or watching YouTube videos, I think there's an even more intuitive and effective way to get better faster. And that's not to say that music school is ineffective or watching YouTube is ineffective or getting a tutor is ineffective. I just think there's something out there that's more effective with effects that last a lot longer. And that's copying other people's work. Now, most of the responses I get after I tell people this is, well, isn't that cheating? We're just ripping off somebody else. How am I supposed to get good at writing original stuff if I just keep copying other people's stuff? I mean, I totally understand why you would say this. There's validity to that in some respects, right? If you copied somebody else's tune and then released it as your own, that's pretty much cheating, and it's kind of illegal. And it's hard to see how remaking other people's stuff will help you get better at making your own stuff. But I want to encourage you to look at it in a different way. There's so much self-imposed pressure on musicians and producers to be original and to come up with something groundbreaking, when in reality pretty much all new ideas are just combinations of old ideas, repackaged, repurposed, refurbished ideas. Think about when you're trying to learn to play guitar. When you try to learn to play guitar, do you learn by writing your own music? No, you learn the scales, you learn how everything works, then you try to learn how to play your favorite songs. When you go to music school, they break down the tracks in detail. Right? You'll go break down a track and then you'll analyze the mix and compare it to yours. We've talked about referencing plenty of times on this channel. There are a lot of different ways that you can take somebody else's work and analyze it and study it and pull. There are a lot of different ways you could take somebody else's work and analyze it, study it, and pull the best parts of it from there and apply it to something else. Now, is this something you want to do forever? Of course not. You can't just only remake other people's stuff forever, then you would essentially just be a cover producer. Cover bands rarely make any sort of impact on their industry, right? Remember, that's not why we're doing this. We do this so we can learn techniques. This is something that I still do myself. If I hear a song that I really like, I ask myself what I like about that song and do I know how to do what they did in that song? If I don't, I go in and I start studying. I start trying to work on my sound, try to get it to shape it this way or that way, try to get it to fit in that specific way. There's some things where I just can't figure them out, and it takes a lot more effort. But when I do finish those things, when I do discover those things, they get locked in. Then there's that new level of skill that I gain from going through the hard process of trying to figure that out on my own. I'm not trying to bash on YouTube tutorials, not trying to bash on music school, because I think there's a place for all that stuff. What I'm trying to say is try to use that inspiration as less of an abstract concept and more of a practical practice. Over time, these techniques that you're learning are gonna stack up. The bass design from this one track combined with the arrangement from this other track combined with the drum pattern from this other track. All these things that you learn by replicating, you can combine into something brand new. It helps you get valuable reps in too that otherwise would have taken you such a long time otherwise just trying to experiment and figure it out. When you have sort of a guide to go there, you can try to replicate that, and then just by default too, even if you try your hardest to replicate it exactly right, you probably won't get it exactly right. There's going to be differences. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, consider clicking like on it and subscribing. Putting new videos out every Friday. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.